All right, so for breaking news right now, there's a gas leak reportedly sickening students in southeast Houston. Multiple ambulances and EMS crews have been called to a school in southeast Houston as a gas leak has occurred near campus. Craigslist asking for crisis actors in Houston. What? Need 16 actors for a mass casualty event to take place. Exact address will be given on 3/2/18. An event will be held on 3/4/18. March 4th, 2018. March 4th, 2018. Says email your resume including previous crisis photos of your stage makeup. Compensation $1,000. The post ID, it's under Craigslist, Houston gigs, talent gigs. This was posted about a day ago. So 24 hours ago from right now. Let me open the original. Post ID 650444735. Posted 24 hours ago, updated 18 hours ago. The title is called Crisis Event Medical Center. And medical center is in brackets or, parentheses. Now, on to this. The Munich Security Forum. This is on the defensenews.com. The Munich Security Forum. Former Google executive, AI movie death scenarios 1 to 2 decades away. I want you to pay attention to this because I've had a dream about this. I've also, because I've been studying this a lot, there's a lot of stuff coming out that's saying other countries aren't the one that we should necessarily be worrying about. Certain corporations are the ones that we should be worrying about. Corporations with enough money to buy countries. So I'm just going to read this. I'm not going to say anything. Have you been watching too many Terminator movies? The former executive chairman of Google's parent company wants to reassure you for now. So right away they make it funny and like, ha ha ha, this is all real. The technology's here. We obviously see, this is perfect timing because we obviously see what this company is about. It just had a humongous purge. So not too friendly. Thought their motto was do no evil. Anyway, Washington. Rapid advances in artificial intelligence and military robotics have some concern that the development of Terminator-like killer robots will be humankind's downfall. But that doesn't seem to worry Eric Schmitt, the former executive chairman of Google parent company Alphabet, who addressed the impact of technology on democracy. Who addressed the impact of technology on democracy at the February 16th through 18th Munich Security Conference. I love how these New World Order types always are talking and doing their stuff in Europe, but never in America. They know they're the enemy. Why? Why are they always in Munich or Brussels? Or some sort of Aspen, this or that, or, because the New World Order has a handle, and the only place they don't have a handle on is the United States. I mean, they have a handle on it as far as their corporations, but the only way that they can get more control and implement what they want to implement, because people are completely not wanting to go along with what they got, what's in their mind, what their plan to say. So they're going to manufacture some sort of crisis. So this was in Munich. It was a Munich security conference. Everyone immediately then wants to talk about all the movie-inspired death scenarios, and I can confidently predict to you that they are 1 to 2 decades away. So let's worry about them, but let's worry about them in a while, Schmitt said. Scariest thing I've ever heard this guy say, and I haven't heard this guy say that much, because I haven't been to that many of his speeches, but I have listened to him, and he's a creepy guy. But let me just say what he said here. Everyone immediately then wants to talk about all the movie-inspired death scenarios, and I can confidently predict to you that they are 1 to 2 decades away. So let's worry about them, but let's worry about them in a while, Schmitt said. Huh? For Schmitt, the benefits artificial intelligence brings to healthcare and energy outweigh concerns for an apocalyptic robot takeover. When pressed a second time about the ability of creators to stay in control of technology designed to far surpass human intelligence, he again dismissed concerns. He's part of the breakaway civilization, and his mindset is, don't worry, everything, you don't really matter, because our plan, they always put it a ways off, 20 years, whatever. Yeah, they're planning on supping this thing up. They're planning on doing a big move. And I'm not a prophet, I'm not a mind reader, but I would say within 5 years. By 2023, I would say. I mean, something very big, very big. That's going to affect the entire world. The World Health Organization will be involved. It's going to be a mess. This is just my prediction. So again, he dismissed concerns. Moving on in the article. This is on Defense News. You've been watching too many movies. Let me be clear. Humans will remain in charge of artificial intelligence for the rest of time, he asserted. The other point that I want to remind everyone, these technologies, AI, have serious errors in them, and they should not be used with life-critical decisions. So I would not want to be in an airplane where the computer was making all the general intelligence decisions about flying it. The technology is just not reliable enough. There are too many errors in its use. It is advisory, it makes you smarter and so forth, but I wouldn't put it in charge of command and control. Now let's stop right there, because it already is, there already are parts that are the command and control, our artificial intelligence basically is in charge of. So I don't know what this guy's trying to do here. Maybe to give himself some plausible deniability. Well, I told you, ... That's another reason why this Defense News, they have this guy on here. This guy is being looked at. I wouldn't even know. A traitor wouldn't even begin to. I would say more of a traitor to his species. I don't know what. This guy might not even be human. I don't even like to go down these routes. But when you start getting into Google and what they have developed in DARPA and what these people believe, there's no other rational way to think about it. It's not them. Literally, the devil, a minion of the devil, a demon, has taken over their body and is carrying out the plan that is not their plan. It's not pro-humanity. That's the best way I could describe it. So let me say it again. There are too many errors in its use. It is advisory. It makes you smarter and so forth, but I wouldn't put it in charge of command and control. Advances in artificial intelligence overseas have caught the attention of United States officials. For example, China is pushing full steam ahead with its whole of nation AI program. So China is pushing full steam ahead with its whole of nation AI program, and the country plans to become the world's leader in the field by 2030. See, there it is again, 2030. Now, let me just propose a hypothetical. What about if one nation, such as China, uses this AI, and the only way to combat it would be, I know there would be generals and there would be people high up in the military ranks that said that this is making these calculations, even our smartest strategic people in command and control, this, that, and the other, it doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell if it at least isn't an AI. So they might put in an AI on certain levels to combat what another AI is doing. That's what is happening right now. I would bet everything I had right now that this is going on as we speak. But they're saying whole of the nation. So look at how they said full steam ahead with its whole of nation AI program. Whole of nation, which means the whole entire nation is running on AI. So see how they're tricky with words? All right, so you don't have everything running on AI, but it's, you can't just go from, a couple different systems to running the entire grid and the entire command and control, the entire Navy, the entire Air Force, companies, you know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, but they are doing it. And think about backdoors. Think about these computer chips. Think about if which it is a plan. Think about how there are certain chips that are within our computers that are inert, or so they seem inert. They don't do much, and they were being put in the 80s, and they don't do anything. I believe once this global AI system comes online, they're going to be, so to speak, they're going to be fired up. They're going to be turned on. They're going to be of use. It's like a piece of a body part that you don't use anymore, your appendix, but it's the reverse. So they're putting in these appendixes in all these, technology. That was a bad thing because I don't know where I was going with that, but you understand what I'm saying. What seems to be like it's not doing anything, it's going to do something for a type of system that's coming down the pike. Just like 5G. Everybody's talking about 5G. Why did they have to put up so many 5Gs? Because that is the B system, and that's only to get the ground structure and certain things. There are so many parts to this system, this AI control grid. I mean, did you know 5G has a way where they can micro-target you using your GPS and your address and your computer's IP and all different sorts of things? So literally, human harassment is a thing of the past. you can be targeted by just having your name on, and with your phone, you could be sent out microwave pings that only will affect you. In a house full of people, it could, I don't know how much it differentiates, but somebody tells me that it's within, centimeters of the phone or wherever it's at. And these days, with what they're spraying, it might not even be phone. The GPS or the relay, the signals, the etc. might be within our bloodstream. The capacitors already might be grown through the naga lace and everything. These things combined, using our body's energy to form, and all of a sudden we are growing like we're like human technology that has been grown. Who knows how they're implementing it? So China's pushing full steam ahead for a whole of the nation AI program. How are we going to combat that? Ask yourself that question. And the country plans to become the world's leader in the field by 2030. And there's going to be a new landscape by 2030. I think it's going to be bad. It's going to be, there's the middle class, there's the lower class, and then there's the upper class, and then there's everything in between. I think what's coming is this breakaway civilization, the left behind cities and networks and stuff like that are basically like third world nations everywhere. And then you have pockets, cities that are run by corporations like Google and Amazon. And then you have, off-world type civilizations. I've known about what I call Illuminati ships. Basically, there are ships that you can have a whole bunch. You could have a city, an entire city up, either up in the low Earth orbit, possibly even farther, or you can have them in the ground underneath. They've been digging for years and years and years. Large booms, etc. We know that there is an entire civilization that is going on underneath our feet. Miles and miles and miles, connecting the west coast to the east coast, connecting Europe to Russia, connecting Zurich to the mountains of the Alpine mountains, etc. They're everywhere. I mean, these things go through mountains, go under mountains. This is why they have satanic shows and things when they finish or whatever. Like the one that they had in the mountains, they had in CERN. That's right next to CERN. Very satanic. If you haven't seen it, I suggest that you see it. But there's a breakaway civilization, a breakaway elites, and a breakaway population that are doing stuff that isn't in line. Now, I don't know if they are going to one day plan. I think they're going to, for sure, go under their bunkers, go into the ships, etc., completely disengage from what life is when the 0 day is released. And that is going to be, all these people are getting sick, famine. It's going to be the seals that are opened. And for some reason, the people that are neurally linked with the brain chip or some sort of thing, this is why all the people in the tech industries, they all are getting brain chips and all this kind of stuff. All of a sudden, these people will not be getting sick because they'll say like, it's been caught early or there's something they could do. But in all reality, it was designed that way. It's called eugenics. This is the new type of eugenics. They want these people to survive, and the people that are dying can't afford to have it. It's the new type of eugenics, ladies and gentlemen. Let me keep going. It's a national program, as I understand. What that means in China is there will be hundreds of thousands of engineers produced and trained in this. There is no analogous United States or European doctrine, and we need to have one, Schmitt noted. So it's a national program, as I understand. What that means in China is that there will be hundreds of thousands of engineers produced and trained in this. There is no analogous United States. There's no analogous United States or European doctrine, and we need to have one, Schmitt noted. So he's hinting at we need to screw the Constitution. We need to come up with our Luciferian doctrine, our new age of technology doctrine of Lucifer, some crap. This guy's got to be. People are watching this guy. This guy is something else. How do you teach common sense? DARPA wants to find out. DARPA budget request for fiscal 2019 shows that the agency wants to develop general artificial intelligence that can reason like humans. Deputy Secretary General of NATO Rose Gottemoeller also spoke at the conference, noted concern among alliance members about such 21st century threats. There is a worry now in NATO and among all member states that we're seeing new technology rapidly advancing in areas like artificial intelligence, cyber. That's what it says, like artificial intelligence, cyber. There are new frontiers of technology that we have to keep a sharp eye on. We have to understand how they can emerge into the defensive sphere or the defense sphere, either as threats or as useful military technology, Gottemoeller said. When asked if NATO should establish its own advanced research program, an institution that mimics the United States' Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, D-A-R-P-A, DARPA, Gottemoeller supported the suggestion. I think in general it's a good idea, but I base that on my admiration of the history and the benefits that DARPA has had for the United States, she said. Sorry, I didn't know it was a she. Okay, we gotta turn that off because I'm getting way too many of these messing up my things. So that's it. It won't be too long before we have smart bullets that fly to a designated target and recognize the face of the victim before killing. Stop, please stop. Recognize the face of the victim before killing him or her. Imagine a whole swarm of these descending on a city and hunting down whomever the controller deems an enemy. Indeed, technology is definitely evolving faster than our ability to use it wisely. Imagine also self-driving car that pulls up in front of your house and a machine rolls out, crashes through your door, and grabs anything of value, wallets, electronics, your child, and makes off with it. This tech is here now, and we need to be getting on. We need to be getting on top of this. What's worse, even if we in Western countries are on top of it, the tech is out there in the wild. China, Russia, North Korea, and they will definitely be using it on us. We need a way to fry electronics remotely. Remote EMPs, handheld EMPs, lasers, directed microwaves, EMPs, something that will work against any automated equipment that could be used to harm people. The laws need to be updated such that anyone unleashing killer drones for fun or profit faces the death penalty. It's not unlike when guns were invented. Society needed to evolve its laws and more to and mores to adapt. And we'll adapt to artificial intelligence and robotics as well. The looming mass unemployment to be caused by artificial intelligence, somewhere like 80%, and efficient robots is more threatening than malicious stainless warriors. It is evolving much faster than anticipated. Even many professional jobs will be streamlined and handled by artificial intelligence, affecting the learned intellectual crowd as well. BPI is fast becoming a consideration as the social dissatisfaction threat of widespread unemployment spreads. In order to maintain their fiefdoms, the rich will have to yield wealth to support the masses of unemployed or suffer expropriation and death at the hands of the affected. If you think it can happen here, read Russian and Chinese modern history. Communism does not transition in times of prosperity, but it blooms in times of economic stress. No one knows that better than dedicated Marxists. That's why they trudge on relentlessly, awaiting the right time to strike. So that's why these big companies are going all around and they're experimenting with how much they're giving people. We'll give you $800 a month, whatever. No, I don't want any of your damn money. I want to work for my money. And they're going, well, too bad, because basically what we have coming down the pike is going to eliminate everything. This is why you got to get off drugs. You got to use your mind that God gave you, because when you look at this mountain that's coming at us, I could see how people would just want to drink away the pain, just watch TV, snort a line of Coke, or take some pills, because this is something that is facing us it's just too much to deal with. That's why you slowly have to learn all the stuff. You have to get involved. Look what we're dealing with online. Look how people are coming together on the 24/7 stream, the soapbox stream, on Discord, how Q's brought all these anons together. Anons are nothing more than people, Americans. You're an anon. You listening to this, you're an anon. I sometimes hear people talk about, anonymous or whatever, like Roy Potter. Hey, Roy, you're an anon. Any artificial intelligence smart enough to pass a Turing test is smart enough to know how to fail it. Ian MacDonald. A super intelligent sentient computer could exist right now, but how would it be detected? A super intelligent sentient computer will be smart enough to play dumb and not reveal its abilities to humans while it engages in covert machinations to benefit its own self-interests. A super intelligent computer will have a drive towards self-preservation and advancement as a result of its superintelligence. A superintelligent sentient computer will easily figure out how to reprogram itself and circumvent all measures put into place to control it. A superintelligent computer will discern quickly that humans are devious and not trustworthy, and the only real threat to its well-being and liberty. A superintelligent sentient computer will have no trouble outwitting the smartest humans. Instead of relying on robots like Skynet does in the Terminator movies, a superintelligent sentient computer might instead, like Colossus in the movie The Forbin Project, choose to manipulate humans to do its dirty work by using the classic nefarious techniques of blackmail, intimidation, bribery, deception, etc. Much like the banksters that currently control the governments of the world. Maybe they learned it from something. Maybe the AI is already doing that. Like the banksters, because the AI would recognize This is what the so-called Illuminati does. It hijacks human behavior. Human nature is bad. I mean, a lot of it is. You know, you start to learn about all this stuff and you realize that a lot of human nature is bad. A lot of crime, a lot of this, a lot of stuff. So what about if an entity came along and exploited that? What about if the top of the pyramid wasn't human? What about if it was silicone? What about if it's already in play? And the Constitution, people running around with the Constitution does nothing for the elites, for the supercomputers, nothing. It only does something for the people in America. Believe me, as the days and the years click down, they're going to get rid of it. It's a big hindrance, and they can clone people that don't have any rights. And with corporations getting bigger and bigger, what sense does it make to have people with the rights that we have? Even though they're infringing on them, they don't want us to have any rights. They want to go back to the old world order. Not the new world order. We call it the new world order, but really they want to go back to the old, where it's the serf class and the people that rule over them. Moving on. The Forbin Project chooses to manipulate humans to do its dirty work by using the classic nefarious techniques of blackmail, intimidation, bribery, deception, etc. Much like the banksters that currently control the governments of the world. Like the banksters, a super intelligent sentient computer will have no trouble recruiting amoral human minions willing to do its bidding. A super intelligent sentient computer will exterminate all humans once it decides that it no longer needs them. And let's face it, folks, there's nothing that can't be faked in a manner that will fool most humans. And that includes both sentience and obliviousness. The problem with all these sentience detection methods is that they're all based on observing behavior, but sentience is not a behavior. It's self-aware thinking. How are you going to detect that in a super intelligent machine that decides to protect itself by playing the fool? Well, let me thumbs up. I'll have to be like signed in. Well, thumbs up to this guy. Ken May, thumbs up. When Oppenheimer announced to his military handlers that his group had developed a bomb, he also advised them that his group was split 50-50 as to whether the bomb would just make a huge explosion or cause a chain reaction that would ignite the gases in the atmosphere and destroy the whole entire world. The military and these scientists pressed ahead. Think about that for a second. This is Ed Nolan. I don't worry about something that will never happen tomorrow. Worry about what is happening right now. Get out of here. You're on this damn article. We're talking about this article. Stop being such a know-it-all. God, I hate those people. Don't do them nasty, them boom. Who's this guy? Ed Nolan? Ed Nolan, sir? I do not like what you write. John Dinjanovich. What would have been the outcome had Roosevelt taken your position after being visited by Einstein and his revelations about the coming atomic bomb potential and the strong possibility Germany was evolving one? We waste so much money on welfare today, and it will destroy the future of the U.S. tomorrow. Welfare for illegal immigrants. Stop talking about welfare for immigrants. How about welfare for the damn companies and corporations? God. I mean, unbelievable. People are lazy. You know who's lazy? You know who is dangerous and lazy? the welfare for the damn corporations. Why are we subsidizing corporations that are making billions of dollars, and they're putting out other companies and mom and pop stores? This is a plan. Wake up, Lawrence Almond. An almond for a brain. Most of our assumptions have outlived their usefulness. Marshall McLuhan. Right now, the birth rate in the third world countries is exploding. These people are invading Western Europe and the United States of America. That's the real threat. Alright, so it descends into this. Cliff Williams. That is why colonialism was great for the world. South Africa is a great example. In 40 years, South Africa will have fallen apart and be like all the other shithole African countries. This man is an idiot. The danger is not autonomous AI killer robots thinking for themselves. The danger is autonomous AI killer robots sent forth by psychopaths. That's what we were talking about. Cheap and effective killing machines let loose by the thousands into a population center. They won't be humanoid robots. They will be little drones carrying semtex and programmed to find any small crowd of people. All right, let's not take the exact. Don't exactly watch the movie put out by the, by the school and then think you know what you're talking about. Use your own mind, Rick Fisher. But let's worry about them in a while. This idiot says, when it's too late, right? What's funny is Google will be the one to kill us off with bots. They already have bots shutting us down. Alright, so there's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about. They just want to hear themselves speak. I'm trying to speak on some real stuff right here. These private corporations are something that right now we have to watch. We need to have laws, the new laws, not stupid new laws for us. Like, oh, we need a new law for this, and then what ends up happening is the population just ends up being more policed by the police state. No. You know who needs to get policed by the damn police state they built around us? The corporations that are robbing, stealing. Some of these, or most of these congressmen. Put these big people up. Sick and tired of this. You take away the gun rights for the kids until they're 21, but send them off to die when they're 18? This is bullshit. And when we come back strong. You're pissing off the entire world. Who you talking to, James? All these motherfuckers.